Hello all, welcome back to our YouTube channel, and today we are going to see how we can do the group by in the pandas. If you are know the sequel, I think you know the sequel, like how group by will work. Basically, whenever you want to do the summarization of data, like if I take one example, if you have the different group, and then we want to see the what is the total salary for that particular group. So at that time we use the group by function. So this is like I just imported the pandas library as a pd and created the pd.DataFrame. I created data frame. So in the most common way to create a data frame is the dictionary. So in dictionary, just create a dictionary, and there you can give the column name and their values. Again, like column name and values, right? Again, column name uh, and values. So this is called as a key and value pair. So let's see the how our data frame will look like, right? I just print. Whenever you want to print a data frame in pandas, we use the print function. So now I run the code. So if you see, we have the four columns and four rows. Now if you see, we have the two department, IT, HR. Now what happened, maybe I can give here also finance. So we get the two rows for the HR, right? Now I will run the code once again, and again I print the our data frame. Now if you see, Amit is belong to IT and Priya is belong to IT. So we just want to see what is total salary we are giving to the IT department, and what is total salary we are giving to the HR department. Now currently we have the less number of records, visually we can see and do calculate. But if you have the thousand number of records, like 1000, 10,000, 11, like at that time it is difficult to calculate. So we use the group by function. So firstly we will do the group of department. So basically we will get only at the output IT department salary and HR department salary, right? How we can do that? So again it is very easy. In pandas we have group by function. So group by, so we want to do the group, but on which column we want to do the group? So we want to do the group on department. I just copy the department. Can already I given the double quote, I can just give the department. Now one thing, like to identify which column we want to do the operation, so we want to do the sum of salary, then only we get the total salary of IT and HR. So that's why we add the list here or square bracket, and I can copy the salary, right? And now what we want to do, we want to do the sum. Right, now if I run this code, so syntax is very easy. First thing, view on which column we want to do the group by. Basically group by we reduce the data, right? On which column we want to reduce the data? So on basis of department we want to reduce the data, but to reduce the data we must need to perform some any operation like count, sum. Like now if I do the sum, so it will do the addition of these two columns, like two rows, 50,000 plus 60,000. So whenever if you see, like it is, keep in mind, like whenever you are doing group by, it is must necessary to perform any operation like count, mean, max, sum, right? So it is compulsory. So we are doing the sum here. Let's run the code. Now if you see, we are got HR department is 85,000 total salary. Now if you see, HR 45 plus 45 means 85, and IT is 50,000 plus 60,000, that is 1 lakh 10,000, right? Near about. Now you may wonder, like we are just getting the department name, but here we are not getting anything. So what we have to do, so firstly we will store this result, like into the result variable, equal to result variable, and on this result we need to rename the column, right? Now if I rename the column, so we want to rename the columns, that is salary. So again we need to give the double quote, and here also we need to give the total salary. the total salary. Right, now if I print the result, so at here firstly we need to use the reset index function, because now we just previously we had the 4 column, and but now we are getting only 2 records, IT and HR, so we need to do the reset index. And now if I run this code, what it's saying actually, let's see. Series object reset index has no attribute, reset index, right? So result we dot doing, okay, here also we need to give the result, because we are just doing operation but we are not storing, right? So now if you see column salary reset, reset, how reset. Now if I run this code, now if you see we got the output. So it is mandatory to use the reset index, otherwise we are not able to give this column name, right? So what we have done, if I go from starting, you want to do the group by, but if we are doing the group by we must need to do any operation. So for that operation we use the salary column, so it is mandatory to give the square bracket. Then as we want to add this total salary because it's not coming, so we done the reset index, because if you see we are the 0 1 2 3, so now we got only two result, right? 0 and 1, so that's why we reset the index, right? And then we just rename the columns salary into total salary, right? And then we are got. Now suppose we done only one operation sum, but if you want to perform sum, mean and max, three operation at a single time after group by, so how we can do that? For that we need to use the aggregate function with group by, and then we can do the multiple operation, right? So again syntax is not so much of difficult, just use df.groupby, and which column we want to do the group by. So again can just copy the department column. Now after group by we need to use the aggregate function, right? After aggregate, here we need to mention the which column we want to perform the operation. So here we need to give the salary, and after that we need to give the what operation we want to perform. So we want to perform sum and max operation we want to perform, and min. And now if I run this code, let's see, we have just done this one aggregate, so we need to use the dictionary also. So if I go once again, so we need to use the dictionary to this whole thing, like basically this is salary is the key, and here we need to use the operation, right? So that's why we need to use the dictionary rather than comma, right? Now if you see the result, let's run the code once again. Sorry. So now if you see we got department and we got sum, max and mean. So basically under this salary we are performing the three operation. So if I do the HR sum, this one, if I get the maximum value for the HR, it is 45,000, right? HR we are the, and minimum value for the HR is 40,000. So like that we can do that. So that's all about the group by in pandas, right? So one thing you have to remember, whenever you do how to group by, we must need to perform any operation. And after group by, here if you do the group by on single column, right, a single operation, so we need to reset the index and then rename the that salary column, right? And then we'll get the result like that. And if you want to perform multiple operation, then we need to use the group by with aggregate function, but under that we need to use the dictionary, because we are performing three operation or more than one operation. So salary has the key value, keep column like key value, and sum min max are the value like total actual values for this key. So that's all about the today's video. If you have any question, any doubt, please write down in comment and please subscribe the channel. Thank you.